Welcome to the Blue Sofa. Today we are gonna hit a very hot topic, and I'm gonna give you my take on why you might be wasting your time on AI, on funnels, and actually ads. And this is for you if you feel like you're showing up, you got ChatGPT, you created the prompts and the ads and the social media posts. You even created a funnel, and maybe you used a lot of money and spent a lot of time creating this funnel, and your business is still not growing. And maybe you're not even getting clients, and maybe it's not growing the way you want it to. So today on the Blue Sofa, I'm going to be breaking down one by one of the foundational pieces that most online entrepreneurs skip in their business, and why skipping it is actually the real reason why AI and funnels and ads and content is not converting. So when we, on the contrary, take the time to build our business on these pillars, these foundations of running a business, then all the fancy tools that you love can help you scale it afterwards. So that's what we're going to talk about. I'm really excited about sharing this with you, simply because you are actually not doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. What you're doing is actually following your dream. You are this visionary, right? And you want to grow your business, and you want to take it to wherever your dreams of having a business, what they look like, right? You want to take your business to that place. And of course you're looking for solution. Of course you're looking for shortcuts to save time and to make more money and so on. But the problem is that you are probably been given bad advice, and I want to make sure that you have the right tools and the right, advice to actually take your business where you want to take it. So what often happens is that we feel like that we're basically stuck in this hustle trap, right? We feel like we're doing everything right, but we're still not seeing results. And when we then see a person saying, oh, I just automated this, or I just had my first 6-figure launch, or I used AI to create the best offer and now it's just selling like crazy, or I used ads to scale to 6 figures or 7 figures, and this is how you do the same. Of course you will be looking at that. I would too. I did that too. And the real talk here is that AI, I want to make sure that you understand that I love AI. I love funnels. I love social media. I love ads. All of that, I love it. So the thing is just that AI can help you a lot if you have the foundation right. So if you know the foundational pillars of your business, AI can help you amplify and scale a lot. Social media can help you amplify and scale a lot. Funnels can help you amplify and scale a lot. Like I know this from my own experience, from my clients. Ads are amazing amplifiers. But the problem is if the foundation isn't there, both inside of you, but most definitely in your business, it's really a problem to getting these things to work. So I usually say, and I know this is a little bit provocative, but I usually say that when the foundation isn't right and we're trying to amplify it with AI or funnels or social media or ads, it's basically like turning up the volume of a very bad song and nothing good comes out of it. So we want to make sure that the foundation we are actually building on is really solid, so that we don't fall into this online hustle trap where we're just like looking for the next solution and the next solution and the next solution, when what we are actually looking for is the foundational pieces of our business and how to make that work before we actually move into scaling and amplifying with all of these honestly amazing tools that is available for us. So everybody who have scaled a business using AI or funnels or social media or ads, they know this. They know that when you have the foundation right, the point is to scale what is successfully already working instead of just scaling chaos. And that's what I really want to teach you today. And I think this is kind of the invisible piece that we don't talk a lot about and that we often skip because we are probably, I remember this. I don't know if this is how you feel, but I remember this from when I started my business. I did not understand what business, the foundational pillars of a business actually, what were at all. I didn't know what they looked like. And I also didn't understand what does good look like. So for example, let's take some of these foundational pillars in running an online business. For example, who's your dream client? I didn't know how can I find my dream clients? I even had a client once, she said to me, my dream client is a client who are willing to show up and who wants to pay me. And even though that is qualities, of course, we want in a dream client, when we talk about marketing, that is not how we define a dream client. Like the way we define a dream client is somebody who have the problem that we have the solution for. So that's like one of the foundations, one of the pillars in any successful online business. Also your message, like what is that message of yours? What is your mission and how can we transform that not just into something that sounds cool? And again, I love ChatGPT, but chat can be a little toxic sometimes. Chat can make everything sound good, but we want to be like, we want to really dig into the market and also, try to spread our message and see what do people react to. Also, how do I communicate my message? There is a growing into the communication of your message, and it's normal and it's completely okay. And actually, it's what makes you completely irresistible when you talk about your message, right? So that's like two of them. Then the third one is a magnetic product. And I know, we have heard this many times, right? And I was like always looking for that magnetic product when I started out. And honestly, until this day, this is probably one of the most important skill sets you can have, is like creating products that are actually sellable. And when we build on the foundation, we build on the pillars of your dream client, your message, it's actually quite easy to create products that are sellable. But here comes the catch, right? Because one thing is what we think is a great product. And another thing is how to position it, how to talk about it in a way where our dream client, our soul aligned clients actually feels it too. And that is a huge part of building a business and one of the foundations. And can you even imagine if you created, you sat down, you used half a year to create this online course and you didn't even know if it was sellable. And then you went out and you learned all about ads and building funnels, and you tried to scale your business with a product you didn't even know was sellable. And I know the frustration of having something that you feel is really great and it's just not selling. And then thinking and hoping and praying that the funnels and the design and the sales strategy is going to help you sell it. What I'm going to advise you to do instead is test first. Low scale testing. Like going out there in the market and validating that product before you even think about scaling it. I know it almost sounds boring, but I promise you it is the way to go. And I think it's everybody I talk to, even myself, this is what we did. This is what we did to be able to create something that other people wanted. So this is a huge part of the foundations of the business. And then there's another huge part that I can't stop talking about this because I think it's one of the most overlooked skills in online marketing. And that is a client attractor strategy. like a method system to consistently attract clients, and not just any clients, people who want to purchase from you, like your dream clients. And I know there's a lot of buzz going around on social media and the online community in general, saying that, oh, you shouldn't do a freebie or lead magnet, masterclass, webinar, whatever, because you're just going to attract freebie people, like people who are just, there for the free stuff. But the thing is, and I think again, going back to the like really foundational pieces of having a business, is that if you do not have a tribe, an audience, a group of people who are actually looking for the solutions that you are selling, and you don't have any trust, you don't have anyone who trusts you, you can have the best product, honestly. You can have the best message. You can have the best sales funnels and the best visibility, but you don't have anyone to sell to. So when we're building a business, having this mindset of being the leader of a tribe, having a tribe, someone to nurture, someone to show up for, someone to teach, someone to, allow them to get to know you. I always say, like, I don't believe that people are here for the freebies. I really don't. I understand that people are looking for a solution that I have, they're looking for the solution that I have. And when we have a freebie, it's basically like flirting. So it's basically like you're looking for a husband or wife, and of course you want to flirt. Of course you want to go to different places and check out different people, and get to know them a little bit before you like are set on who am I going to date. So look at your client attractor system a little bit in the same way. I'm not mad about people who want to check me out. I'm happy about it because it means that what I do, my message, my visibility is super attractive to these people. And it's a huge part of being able to sell your magnetic products afterwards. So client attractor strategy and a system and a method is like one of the most important pillars in your business. And then we have your sales message. And this is what I talked a little bit about. You can create the most amazing products, but if you don't have the skill set to sell it, if you can't communicate or you don't know, what to say when in a campaign, even if it can be an automated campaign, it can be, a live launch, big or small, however you want to do it. But if you don't know what to say in a way where people, your people are like, this is actually really interesting, then it doesn't matter how many ads you run to the sales funnel if the sales material and the message is not great. And the last pillar is visibility. And that is, again, it's marketing, right? This is what draws the right people to you. And you put your visibility into your products, into your, your client attractor strategy, into your sales funnels. So visibility and understanding what is it that I can say in my marketing that actually draws the right people into me. That is so necessary to be able to amplify, to be able to scale anything. So all of this needs to be validated. We need to see it work before we amplify. That doesn't mean that you need a six-figure launch. And this is the real secret here. You just need a few customers to see that this works. You don't need like 200 customers. That's not where we're at. You need a few customers who came in through your client attraction, who bought through your sales campaigns, right? And who said yes to this product. As soon as we have a few people, then we know it works. And then we can amplify. So if your funnels are not flowing, it isn't because your offer isn't solid. It's because the offer isn't validated, right? So often it's some small tweaks that need to be made to get an offer to sell. And I think this is what's really interesting, right? So when we build ads and they're not working, the reason why it's not working is because we are pushing an unclear message to a wrong person. So if we don't have a clear message and we don't know who we're talking to, ads won't convert. And it's an easy fix, going back to the foundational pillars of your business, right? And again, we love AI, and AI can definitely write your emails. But if you don't know your own authentic voice and you're not sure what to say to motivate someone to buy and to inspire someone to take action, and you're not sure who you're working to, like who is this client and how do you explain the value of your offer in a way that makes them want to take action, then again, AI can't help you, because you're just amplifying something where the foundation isn't solid, right? Sometimes I look back at my own journey and I think about how many times it was like, for me, it was like the blind leading the blind, right? Because I didn't know what I didn't know. And I didn't know what to do because nobody told me these things. I was just like always looking for the next sales strategy because I honestly hoped that would work. But what I did instead, when I was like, I had enough. I don't know how your process is, but I tend to, at some point, I get to this point where I'm like, enough is enough. Now I want to know, how does this work? And I'm like, I get tired of my own resistance. So I'm like, at this point, I'm just like, I'm ready to do whatever it takes. Just, guide me, show me what it is that I don't understand here. And this is actually why I created Rising Star, was because I had this problem. When I started out, I truly, really had this problem. And every time I had one-to-one coaching clients, business coaching, business mentoring, business guidance, it was always the same thing. They built these funnels, they made ads and it just wasn't converting. And when I went back and did reviews to the products funnels, I could just see, I would ask them, of course, have you validated this offer? Did anyone go through a sales campaign for this offer? And they were like, no, I just figured it would be like such a great idea to like sell it on autopilot. And I understand, and it is a great idea. It's just when the business foundation for the product isn't there, you won't sell anything. And that's like, it kind of makes me, it makes me a little bit sad, because I meet so many amazing people with like good-hearted people who really wants to make a difference and who really wants to, like, they have this passion, they have this feeling inside of them where like, I really want this to work, and I want my potential to shine through. I want this mission of mine, the purpose of me to become this business, right? And then they, of course, follow these. It's not even bad advice, to be honest. It's just like, you just need the foundation before you go into the more advanced strategies. And then it falls flat and people give up. How many times have you wanted to give up? Like, I have wanted to give up so many times. I'm really happy that I am a very stubborn person. I mean, my husband might not agree with this, but I think it's like a really, really nice skill to have, to be super stubborn and to be so purpose driven that is like, there's nothing that's gonna stop you. Because if I wasn't like that, I would not have cracked the code to online business, simply because the foundation of the business just wasn't there when I started. I sat down and I was creating content, and I wanted to promote my Client Attractor Success Kit, which is like a collection of templates for attracting clients. And I remember I was sitting there and I was like picturing what is the pillars, these foundations of business, what are they? And I was thinking about, it's like oatmeal, right? So these foundations are your oatmeal, and they can be a little bit boring, and it is a little bit, you have to have some tenacity building these pillars, but then you have a really great foundation, and you can like move on to the more advanced automated strategies afterwards with like, okay, now I know this works, so I can kind of move on, right? And then I was like, this is kind of like the oatmeal, and the new sales strategies are the candy. We love them. It's like so attractive, and we really want it to work. But if we just do candy all day long, we're just gonna crash, right? Our sugar, blood sugar is just gonna crash. And it's kind of the same here, right? And I think what I'm trying to say is that if you want to be really skilled in business, and I'm sure you want to, otherwise you would not listen to this, or if you want a business that actually provides the income and the impact that you're looking for, you want to be able to make the oatmeal. The other day, just like another example here, the other day I was cooking at home, and I was just whipping up a meal because, I don't know, I was in a creative mode. So I was just like, let's just cook something really, really delicious. And I ended up actually making like a few different salads and some meat. And then I baked a bread, and it was all really delicious. But what was so yummy, that was a basic watermelon salad, but I was just standing there in my zone, being creative, testing out different flavors and stuff like that. And I was marinating the red onions with lime, and it just brought out this specific flavor. This was just beautiful with the watermelon and the goat feta, and I wanted to put some pistachios on, and I actually forgot that, but it would have been like next level delicious. And then our au pair, she was like, oh my God, this is so good. Like, how did you learn to cook? And I was reflecting, and I was thinking, you know what? I learned to cook because I actually took out a lot of time to learn to cook, and I failed miserable. I remember when I started to do sourdough, like the first, I don't know, month of doing sourdough, it was not good. But then I just gradually got better and better. And the same with cooking, I just got better and better, and now it just flows natural to me. Actually, I talked about this in one of the other episodes. I'm going to link it below, where I talk about the messy middle. And I talk about the four stages of transformation. I think that's the one. Messy middle is good as well. But the four levels of transformation, because this is kind of the same with the business foundation. Like if you want to be really good at something, you need to have the basic skill set ready. You need to have like the basics, the pillars of your business needs to work. And then you can do all the crazy stuff that you want. So I'm just going to like sum up for you like what to actually focus on instead of focusing on AI and ads and funnels if your business is not bringing in clients yet and your offers are not selling. So offer clarity is the big one. Like, do people actually want what you are selling, and do you know who you're selling to? Like, building an offer is all about what is the transformation of the offer and who is the person for this offer, right? Can you scale it down to just a few offers so you can actually sell them and see if it works? I usually say, can you get like a signature offer, something you can scale, something where you can see, okay, this I really want to work on. I really want to work on making this offer happen. So it could be an online course. It can be like a high-end program. It doesn't really matter. It's just like finding something where that you can use as your test bunny, This offer is what I want. I'm really excited about this offer. This is what I want to sell. This is what I want to amplify at some point. Then we want magnetic messaging. Like, we want to make sure that you are speaking to the soul of your ideal client. Who is that ideal client? And are you speaking to it? Are you communicating to this person in an authentic but also really, really powerful way? And of course, we have the client attraction strategy, right? And I know I have been like howling about this the whole episode, but do you have a client attraction system that actually pulls the right people in, that nurture them so they are ready to, they're ready to buy when you have something to launch, or they're ready to know more, and that they're really curious about what you do? I mean, this part it's gold. It's gold, and it's really the most important foundation. And I mean, if you get this foundation right, I'm going to say something that I might regret, but if you get this foundation right and you build a really amazing tribe, it will be so much easier to sell your offers and actually to create offers to that tribe, that, things that people actually want to buy. It's a little bit different, a different way to viewing business, where normally you will come to the market with a product, right? But if you come to the market with a message and you start attracting clients and you start nurturing them, and then you find a product you want to sell to those people, it's a very, very interesting way of thinking business, especially when you think about really wanting to help people transform something specific. I had a client where this was their strategy, and they had, like, the first launch they had was a 6-figure launch because of this, because we did such a great client attraction strategy. Okay, number 4 to focus on is sales and sales confidence. So are you inviting people? Are you inspiring people? Are you motivating people? Or are you convincing people? Are you pushing people? And is your sales of your main product working? And if it's not working, you want to go back and analyze what is missing. And I understand this is not a very great advice if you don't know what you're looking for. But again, find a mentor, find somebody who can help you. Join Rising Star. To be honest, this is what we do in Rising Star. We nerd out, like we nerd geek into the details. You get to produce your offer, you get to produce your client attraction, you get to produce your visibility, you get to produce your campaigns, and then we geek out. Then we look into what is working, what is not working, where do you need to adjust, where do you need to make sure to have the solid foundation before you amplify. And I mean, these places offer messaging, client attraction, and sales. Once they are working, and it's not even that complicated. I know it might sound like a lot, but it is honestly not. Then the automation, the AI, the ads, it becomes powerful to use those, right? And sustainable and way more easeful, right? So this is my honestly best advice I can give to you. If you want to see your business growing, and if you're in this phase where nothing is really working, go back to the foundations and go back to the core pillars of your business, because this is what we want to build on. This is where we want to see results before we start amplifying. So maybe it's time to pause. Maybe it's time to come back to what really truly matters, like your foundation, your voice, your product, and your client, right? So if this resonates with you, then you can definitely check out my on-demand masterclass about magnetic marketing, where I talk about how to shift your marketing so it becomes authentic, but also so it becomes way more aligned. So instead of trying to, do all the things that other people are doing, then you're really starting to look into what is my message? What is it that I want to say? How does that fit to a market? And how can I create visibility and marketing in a way where it draws in the right people? And it's still the method is still aligned to me. And if you're ready to really build that online business that really flows, and you want to get my help and my advice on how to do that, then Rising Star is exactly what you need. And I would love to help you. This is where we really we put on the gloves and we build that business. It is my favorite thing to do, is honestly to help my clients, get the breakthroughs. Of course, we have an amazing community as well, but also give them the real strategies, the foundational strategies to make your business work, the things you need to make your business work online. So you are ready when you're done implementing that. You're ready to take the ad course, or start building your funnels, or automate like crazy, expand your business. So in Rising Star, we build the foundation. We start making money. This is the path to 6 figures. And when you implement that and things are starting working, you get to expand. And that's what makes me so excited. So if this is what you want and you feel like, I need somebody to help me build that business or make my business work. Like maybe you already have a business and it's just not working. Or maybe you have like a physical business. Maybe you're a therapist or healer or creator in some capacity, and you want to take that business online. Like Rising Star is what helps you do that. So that was all from me today. I don't know if you noticed, but I have like a little bit of a sexy, bedroom voice, simply because I have a little bit of a cold going on. I'm doing fine, but it's just, it's that time of year and it's all good. And I'm happy to be able to sit here and talk to you, even though I have this bedroom voice going on. Now, have an absolutely amazing day, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.